Online TV daily edition of Inside the Print Media does not encourage any form of dialogue between the viewers and the presenters.
Oh, you mean nobody calling there?
No, you can't call on a show. Let me talking out like when we're no calling there. So all you can do is you will listen to the news, and they can also encourage you to buy the newspaper to listen to the news in details.
But do you do viewer recognition at times?
Oh yes, we do viewer recognition. When you are watching, we notify you, and sometimes we even appreciate you on a show, telling you thank you for always following us. We also encourage you to share the live stream, because the more you share the live stream, we transform and we transition ourselves as a broadcast team as well.
Wow. So when can I better get this program you are talking about?
This program is aired every Monday to Friday at 10 a.m. to 10:40.
Hello dear, my name is K. Lyndon Togba. I'm in search of a platform where I can get credible information of our daily happenings in Liberia and the world at large.
Hello, K. Lyndon Togba. My name is Greg Courage Pa. Haven't you heard about Focal Online TV?
You say Focal Online TV?
Focal Online TV is located within a Tobo village community along the Japanese highway.
Tell me more about the platform.
This platform, called Focal Online TV daily edition of Inside the Print Media, does not encourage any form of dialogue between the viewers and the presenters.
Oh, you mean nobody calling there?
No, you can't call on a show. Let me talking out like when we're no calling there. So all you can do is you will listen to the news, and they can also encourage you to buy the newspaper to listen to the news in details.
But do you do viewer recognition at times?
Oh yes, we do viewer recognition. When you are watching, we notify you, and sometimes we even appreciate you on a show, telling you thank you for always following us. We also encourage you to share the live stream, because the more you share the live stream, we transform and we transition ourselves as a broadcast team as well.
Wow. So when can I better get this program you are talking about?
This program is aired every Monday to Friday at 10 a.m. to 10:45. The program runs for 45 minutes.
Wow.
And guess what?
Wow.
We bring you hot stories of our trending situation within our country, Liberia. Imagine hearing stories from Hot Pepper newspaper, from the Daily Observer newspaper, from Front Page Africa. Are you a lover of Front Page Africa?
Oh yes, I'm a lover of
Front Page Africa, and the Women Voices, and a lot more. Not forgetting international news, BBC,
wow.
CNN, ABC News. We bring you headlines from those standpoints.
Wow, that is very, very, very amazing.
So we say, join us every day on the daily edition of Inside the Print Media at 10 a.m. with the headlines of top stories in our country and the world at large on Focal Online TV.
Hello dear, my name is K. Lyndon Togba. I'm in search of a platform where I can get credible information of our daily happenings in Liberia and the world at large.
Hello, K. Lyndon Togba. My name is Greg Courage Pa. Haven't you heard about Focal?
Hello dear, my name is K. Lyndon Togba. I'm in search of a platform where I can get credible information of our daily happenings in Liberia and the world at large.
Hello, K. Lyndon Togba. My name is Greg Courage Pa. Haven't you heard about Focal Online TV?
You say Focal Online TV?
Focal Online TV is located within a Tobo village community along the Japanese highway.
Tell me more about the platform.
This platform, called Focal Online TV daily edition of Inside the Print Media, does not encourage any form of dialogue between the viewers and the presenters.
Oh, you mean nobody calling there?
No, you can't call on a show. Let me talking out like when we're no calling there. So all you can do is you will listen to the news, and they can also encourage you to buy the newspaper to listen to the news in details.
But do you do viewer recognition at times?
Oh yes, we do viewer recognition. When you are watching, we notify you, and sometimes we even appreciate you on a show, telling you thank you for always following us. We also encourage you to share the live stream, because the more you share the live stream, we transform and we transition ourselves as a broadcast team as well.
Wow. So when can I better get this program you are talking about?
This program is aired every Monday to Friday at 10 a.m. to 10:45. The program runs for 45 minutes.
Wow.
And guess what?
Wow.
We bring you hot stories of our trending situation within our country, Liberia. Imagine hearing stories from Hot Pepper newspaper, from the Daily Observer newspaper, from Front Page Africa. Are you a lover of Front Page Africa?
Oh yes, I'm a lover of
Front Page Africa, and the Women Voices, and a lot more. Not forgetting international news, BBC,
Wow.
CNN, ABC News. We bring you headlines from those standpoints.
Wow, that is very, very, very amazing.
So we say, join us every day on the daily edition of Inside the Print Media at 10 a.m.
Hello dear, my name is K. Lyndon Togba. I'm in search of a platform where I can get credible information of our daily happenings in Liberia and the world life.
Hello, Lyndon Togba. My name is Greg Courage Pa. Haven't you heard about Focal Online TV?
You say Focal Online TV?
Focal Online TV is located within a Tobo village community along the Japanese highway.
Tell me more about the platform.
This platform, called Focal Online TV Daily Edition of Inside the Print Media, does not encourage any form of dialogue between the viewers and the presenters.
Oh, you mean nobody calling there?
No, you can't call on a show. Let me talking out like when we're no calling there. So all you can do is you will listen to the news, and they can also encourage you to buy the newspaper to listen to the news in details.
But do you do viewer recognition at times?
Oh yes, we do viewer recognition. When you are watching, we notify you, and sometimes we even appreciate you on a show, telling you thank you for always following us. We also encourage you to share the live stream, because the more you share the live stream, we transform and we transition ourselves as a broadcast team as well.
Wow. So when can I better get this program you are talking about?
This program is aired every Monday to Friday at 10 a.m. to 10:45. The program runs for 45 minutes.
Wow.
And guess what?
Wow.
We bring you hot stories of our trending situation within our country, Liberia. Imagine hearing stories from Hot Pepper newspaper, from the Daily Observer newspaper, from Front Page Africa. Are you a lover of Front Page Africa?
Oh yes, I'm a lover of
Front Page Africa, and the Women Voices, and a lot more. Not forgetting international news, BBC,
Wow.
CNN, ABC News. We
A blessing. Good morning and welcome to Focal Online TV. Welcome to the daily edition of Insider Print Media. Wherever you are watching us from due to your location, welcome to Focal Online TV. We are located within the Super Village community along the Japanese Highway. So this morning I am your presenter here on the daily edition of Insider Print Media, and I'm here along with my co-presenter. His name is and my name is Bekfina Karishkwar. We're going to be driving you through interesting top stories of our country, Liberia, and that of the world at large. But before then, let's look at our daily revision of newspapers in studio. This morning we have the Daily Observer newspaper. We have the Front Page Africa newspaper, we have the New Down newspaper, and the Hot Pepper newspaper. Moving forward, we have our international source, and our international source for today is BBC. So let's look at the headlines of our various newspapers in studio. We have the first headline under the Observer newspaper reads, Family of five killed in house fire in Caldwell. Family of five killed in house fire in Caldwell. And then we move quickly to another headline. U.S. emergency preparedness circular puts Liberians on edge. U.S. emergency preparedness circular puts Liberians on edge. So another headline under the Front Page Africa newspaper, Speaker rehabilitates community roads. Speaker rehabilitates community roads. And then another headline again under Front Page Africa, Ria replies PYG Liberians will run no more. Then we move over to the Hot Pepper newspaper, and we have our top stories there as well. But then Front Page Africa, main suspects in RIA drug boost, Afghans on as card headlines. So that is another headline. We have Senator Dillon pressures NEC for final voter roll. Quite interesting this morning. Pay Bay receives international award. That is from the Hot Pepper newspaper. Moving on, well, we have our international news this morning. So let's take a short break, folks. When we get back, we fill you in on all of the happenings within our country, Liberia, and the world at large. But before then, please don't forget today is Tuesday, and today is September 26, 2023. And we are here to inform you about the happenings within our country, Liberia, here on the daily edition of Insider Print Media. If you are watching us now, we encourage you to share our live stream, please. Kindly share our live stream, or better still, invite someone to join us so that we can be able to inform people the way they should be informed and not misinformed. So we have our viewers who are usually watching, our CEO Andy Boblem-Chara. We have other viewers, Momolu, who is always watching us. We have Abu Chalo, who is always watching us. We appreciate your efforts here on the daily edition of Insider Print Media. Kindly make use of our comment sections. Due to the top stories, give your input in our comment sections, and you're going to be recognized. So let's take a short break, folks. The minute we get back, I fill you in from the Daily Observer standpoint, moving onward. Thanks for watching, and I'll be right back shortly. Okay, folks, good morning, good evening, good afternoon again. Welcome to Focal Online TV. So we now move over to our news headlines and the news in details. The Data Observer newspaper. Family of five killed in house fire in Caldwell. Family of five killed in house fire in Caldwell. The news in details. The bodies of the grandmother and four others have been found inside the wreckage of their home in New Georgia, Caldwell Township. The tragic death came as a result of an 11 p.m. ferocious fire outbreak, which rapidly spread and left little room for the deceased to react quickly, trapping them within their own house, except for two teenagers who had managed to escape. Police in Caldwell have confirmed that Sue Topa, 61, Delphia Topa, 28, Shakira Doe, 16, Vanessa Tu and Aaron Tokpa died in the blaze. Sue and head of the household, along with the other deceased, according to the witnesses, have since been buried as their bodies were burned beyond recognition. It was a painstaking exercise by a forensic team from the police to recover the bodies for burial. The older deceased was also the mother of the late Inja Tokpa, who allegedly died by suicide in 2009 after being abused by her guardian, who was later convicted for his crime but later freed by the Supreme Court. An account by eyewitnesses and one of the survivors report that the fire, which reportedly began in the living room at approximately 11 p.m., quickly engulfed the house in flames, and the speed made it nearly impossible for the neighbors who came to contain the blaze to help. When we heard the noise in the early hours, we thought armed robbers had visited them, the witness said. But when we came out, we saw fire which burned the entire house. And it became difficult to get them out of the house because the fire was at the entrance of the door. This is how we move over to another headline under the Daily Observer newspaper. U.S. emergency preparedness satellite puts Liberians on edge. An image went viral on social media over the weekend containing a statement attributed to the United States Embassy Monrovia titled Emergency Supplies and Household Preparedness, apparently meant for embassy staff and American citizens in Liberia. The statement had many Liberians presuming that it foreshadowed a potential state of emergency. Given the tension in the air and spits of elections related violence ahead of the upcoming presidential and legislative elections in Liberia, many Liberians are concerned for the safety of themselves and their families. And with investors and business people holding tightly onto their resources until the final outcome of the election is announced, the economy remains in limbo. Everybody's in wait and see mode until the election passes and we know who's in power, says a businesswoman who asked not to be named. That's just the way it is in Liberia every election cycle. Now, with the statement from the US Embassy, I don't know if it means anything or not. But if it did, but if they are telling their citizens to prepare for an emergency, then maybe I should too. Needless to say, Liberians and foreigners in Liberia are on high alert during this political season. Many in the political opposition are concerned that the ruling Coalition for Democratic Change, led by President George Manuel Weah, may try to rig the elections. However, Weah was downplayed such claims. September was first declared as National Preparedness Month in 2004. In February 2011, President Barack Obama issued Presidential Policy Directive 8, which established a national preparedness goal system and report to provide the nation with a framework for organizing preparedness activities. According to the U.S. Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, the National Preparedness Goal describes 5 mission areas: prevention, protection, mitigation, response, and recovery, and 32 activities core capabilities that address the greatest risks to the nation. In August 2023, Liberia reached the 20th anniversary of the Peace Agreement, which began the transition from hostiles of the 14-year civil war to democratic governance. Since the country's first post-war elections in 2005, there was there has been relative peace and without its shared disaster, including the Ebola epidemic and the COVID-19 pandemic, both of which saw the country go into brief periods of lockdown. This is how we turn over to Kay Lyndon Topa, who will fill us in on our top stories relating to our country, Liberia, from the Front Page Africa newspaper.
Thank you, Workina Sipai, for such a beautiful piece. Front Page Africa newspaper. Speaker rehabilitates community roles. Speaker rehabilitates community role. Speaker Buffers Chimber, who is seeking a fourth term in Maryland County Electoral District 2, has embarked on rehabilitating community roles in his district barely 2 weeks to the 2023 presidential and general elections. Speaking in Peeble, Maryland County, Representative Chimber's campaign head, Ms. Aramanti Tuckman, revealed that the speaker has put in place all that is needed to rehabilitate deplorable roads leading to several communities in the district. She named Zone 7 to Global Community Road, Zone 1 to Pleabot, which is Zone 11 and Big Market to Global Road respectively. She says the exercise aimed at providing citizens easy access to during this rainy season. Ms. Stockman knows that for too long the people of District 2 have suffered from bad roads, especially during the rainy season. So the representative and Speaker of the House has deemed it expedient to implement the project as part of his campaign promises. She underscores that under the leadership of Chambers, much have been achieved for the district developmentally. According to her, it is time for the district to be on the par with other districts across the country, adding that with the late year's campaign, the constituency is going to be open to several opportunities. The, speak, the Speaker's Chamber Manager continues that the Community Road Rehabilitation Project that kicked off since Friday, September 22nd, 2023, will last for 10 days, disclosing that funds have already been disbursed to contractors in the district. She calls on all citizens of the district to work together for the growth and development of the area, present that the lawmaker alone cannot do all without the support. Buffers Chamber is seeking a fourth 6-year term in the House, having already served 18 years in the first branch of government representing the people of People Southern District. During this period, he dedicated 2 modern town halls in Southern and Southern District respectively as an estimated cost of 20,000 United States dollars each. So far, this is the first time both towns are benefiting from the modern concrete structures, flush latrines, and offices. He also constructed a damaged bridge linking several communities in Cleveland City, Maryland County at the cost of 40,000 United States dollars. Flood damaged the bridge following a heavy downpour that swept away about 10 homes in Dappyville, Scottville, and Zone 4 communities in July, rendering several families homeless. On Friday, August 21, he turned over the Liberia Housing Association Maryland County Bridge, a newly constructed market building, estimated value at 20,000 for his people. Speaker Timbo had initially contributed $1 million Liberian dollars to marketeers in Libo as resolving funds prior to the social senatorial elections in 2020. Besides, 2,000 scholarship grant grade school university students. With this being said, it brings us to the close of Front Page African newspaper. Back to you, Grafina, for the continuation.
So we have the Newtown newspaper, and we have another interesting story on front page. So Kelly Dantoka will fill us in again. So we proceed with the headline from the Newtown newspaper. We are required watching Liberians will run no more. We are required watching Liberians will run no more. President George Maria has assured Liberians that there will be no more war in the country. I will say and I will say to you, to God be the glory, and in God. We are confident that our country there will be no more war and rebuild checkpoints. Mr. Weah said upon his return from the UN General Assembly last week. Mr. Weah's statement comes amidst growing apprehension among opposition actors that the ruling establishment could rig the October presidential elections and stir conflict. Each told citizens that gone are the days when Rebels checkpoints were created or erected across Liberia and tons of guns were fired in their ears. Last week, Nimba County Senator Prince Ward Johnson told a press conference that the impressive turnout exhibited during the opposition Unity Party's UP's campaign launch on 17 September 2023 is an indication of the people's resolve to remove President Weah from power. But Mr. Johnson, a political ally of UP Senator Ambassador Joseph Yuman Bwaka, raised a concern about alleged potential election interference by the ruling Coalition for Democratic Change (CDC). The former Liberian warlord threatened to fight back for the cause of the people if the elections were rigged. Before October elections, Liberians are coming out under the banner "Don't try it." Any attempt the people power will be exercised like the Arab Spring, said Senator Johnson. You will shoot your gun, you will kill us, or you will die. No more fear. Liberians don't have fear anymore, Senator Johnson said. However, President Weah described the statement from the opposition as reckless, urging citizens not to panic. Mr. Weah faces a tremendous headache of a second term bid against 19 opposition's presidential candidates. This is how we go to Kill Lyndon Tokpa again, who will fill us in with the complete top stories from Front Page Africa. And the first headline relates to main suspect in RIA drug bust abscond on Scar headlines. Kill Lyndon Tokpa.
All right, thank you, Griffin, for such a beautiful coordination. The main suspect in RIA drug bust absconds on Ascar Airline. Daniel was arrested by the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency almost 2 weeks ago when it was discovered that his name was on the waybill of the boxes that contained the drug as the consignee. Front Page Africa gathered that he left the country last Thursday on Ascar flight. It remains unclear how he passed through the security at the airport. Daniel, along with Director of Security at the Rabat International Airport, Samuel Livingston Freeman, along with an employee, Joe's Travel Kenya agents in Liberia, were named as major suspects in the bust. Stephen S. Daniel has been an employee of the Ministry of Posts and Telecommunications as a dispatcher. He also runs a private company, Africa Express Global Incorporated, as the chief executive officer. The suspended director of security at Rabat International Airport, Samuel Freeman, and the cargo officers, Joe's Travel, Sam Flynn, who is not the NSA deputy director, were said to be his accomplice. Freeman, who reportedly implicated the chief of protocol of the Republic of Liberia, Mrs. Nora Pinabono, in connections with the drug, discovered inside multiple boxes he attempted to smuggle from the tarmac through an authorized gate on Monday, vehemently denied the allegations regarding the content of these boxes. His denial followed a thorough inspection by customs in the presence of John security forces, which revealed what appeared to be an organic moringa tea rather than drug. Meanwhile, Daniel was again implicated into another confiscated boxes of narcotic that came through the Rabat International Airport. Agent B. Wee, officer in charge of custom investigations, remarked during the turnover of the drug consignment to LDA that this marks the second shipment of the organic stevia green tea leaf, which the LDA has confirmed to be methamphetamine. The illicit drug were transported into the country via Kenya Airways flight on September 11, 2023. They were uncovered during a routine inspection of cargo within the RIA cargo warehouse. We move over to another headline. Then Senator Delon pressured NEC for final voter rule. Senator Delon pressured NEC for final voter rule. The National Elections Commission has pledged to make the final voter rule available to political parties and stakeholders involved in the election process before the end of this week, specifically by Friday, September 29, 2023. The commitment follows a gathering of Montserrado County residents and supporters of the opposition Unity Party at the headquarters of the National Elections Commission. They demanded that the NEC promptly provide the FRR, that is the final voter roll. In recent days, Senator Dillon of Montserrat County has been at the forefront of advocating for the NEC to release the FFR to parties and stakeholders. He has voiced concern that any delay by the NEC in providing the FFR must suggest irregularities and ulterior motive. In one of his social media posts, Senator Dillon stated on August 29, 2023, the Board of Commissioners of the National Elections Commission appeared before the Senate regarding the upcoming October 10th presidential and legislative election. This video showcases my direct interactions with the board. He continued during the NEC commissioner appearance, the Senate was informed that the final voter roll will have been published on September 18th. However, the date has passed and there has been no publication of the final voter roll with no updated information from the National Elections Commission. Senator DeLong added, I want to reiterate that if the NEC fails to comply by the close of business today, Thursday, September 21, we will gather at the national headquarters of the National Elections Commission tomorrow, Friday, September 23 at 9 a.m. to demand the publications of the FVR and to inquire about other elections related matters, including whether the Ministry of Finance has settled the remaining funding for the elections. We are leaving no stone unturned to ensure the credible conduct and outcome of the elections in the interest of peace and stability. In response to the concern, next year President David Etta Brown Lassanen announced that NEC has launched a voter tech platform, which is vrnecliberia.com on August 11, 2023. This platform allows registered voters to check their personal voter information by entering their voter ID card, year of birth, and the National Elections Commission website. Madam Bram Lassana assured the public that it is part of the elections process. NEC will provide electronic copies of the final voter registration roll to political parties, independent candidates, and stakeholders. She stated the technical team is working to ensure the biometric roll, which will be made available to everyone as soon as possible. Our technical staff is working around the clock in three shifts to ensure the FFRR is printed and posted at all polling places across the country. With this being said, it brings us to the final conclusion of Front Page Africa newspaper. Back to you, Breakfina, for the continuations of local news on this platform.
Thanks to you, Lincoln. So where we resume with the Hot Pepper newspaper. Payday received international award. This is our last news reading for today. Now, our last source of news reading, the Hot Pepper newspaper. The headlines: Payday receives international award. The executive director of the National Commission on Disability (NCD), Dame Tawon Noba Payday, offered a weekend, was one of the 32 Africans drawn from across the continent who was honored by an internationally acclaimed Ghanaian non-governmental organization, Relevant Achievers Impacting Nations, RAIN. She was honored in the leadership category for her contributions to youthful leadership, including in the areas of persons with disability. The event was the 2023 edition of the prestigious annual Predecessors Award, PAPA, a sequel to its maiden edition from last year. A press release from the Liberian Embassy in Accra, Ghana says. She continued, I present this to the person with disability across the world. Disability is not inability. Once you gave us the support, we don't want to be by the roadside and begging But because there is lack of empowerment and lack of accessibility, that's the reason why we become liability to society. So this was a brilliant idea from the achievers, that is RAIN, Achievers Impacting Nations, Relevant Achievers from RAIN. And they honor one of our prestigious young lady within our country, Liberia, who is called Pebe, and she received an international award that through hope and it brought motivation to those who are found within that same category, that disability is now a stigma. Let's not be stigmatized with the name, or let's not stigmatize anyone with the name disability, people with disadvantage. So let's try to call them disadvantaged people, or better still, those who we refer to as Zogos, let's start to call them youth at risk. I feel with these names is preferable than us saying Zokos. When we say Zokos, we are stigmatizing them. So we make summary of our news reading here. Main suspect in RA drug bust as corn on Sky. So Daniel was arrested by Liberia Drug Agency, that is the LDA, almost 2 weeks ago. Getting to our knowledge, the suspended director of Secretary of the Rabat International Airport, that is Samuel Freeman, the security, sorry, and the cargo officer at Joe's Travel, Sam Sion. So you see in our news reading here today, we have Sam Sion, who is not the NSA deputy director. The reason why you see Front Page Africa is doing this, or is indicating this aspect, is because Sam Sion is a well-known man, and the two personalities we are talking about have the same name. So you see, we are sparing it out that it's not the NSA director. So please have that in mind when you are arguing on Kerry Street as well. So we have another headline where the president replied to PYG, Liberians will run no more. I think that is a peaceful statement, unlike the one that was from Jefferson Koji. Our president is assuring that he will win this election and there will be no rebel checkpoints in our country. Liberians should rest assured. That was what he said. Liberians should rest assured that nothing will happen and we will be safe. There will be no guns, no war. Our nation will be a peaceful nation. So thanks to you, President Weah, that's how a leader replies to situation or to his critics. So we now move over to Newtown newspaper, where Speaker Buffer Chimo rehabilitates community roles. These things are quite interesting because you want to see them happening when election is gearing. So that was a work done by our beloved Speaker, Bova Chimber, who is seeking a fourth term in Maryland County Electoral District 2. We see the reason why. So thanks to you, Speaker Bova Chimber, for your work done over there. We appreciate your effort and we hope and pray that it just not have to be around elections. We can do it before elections. Better still, so that it doesn't give people the idea that you are just seeking for political space. So, family of five were killed in house fire in Caldwell, and this incident relates to the late injured incident, and her mother too died. So, the Topa family lost the life of five persons. Yeah, on Focal Online TV, especially the daily edition of Inside of Print Media, we are sending our deepest condolences to the bereaved family. This is a tragic incident, and it's something that doesn't put smile on faces, but it brings sorrows and sometimes it brings memory. A fire burn is not something easy, especially where in the story narrates that the bodies of these people were not even recognized. So, and we had a young baby in our fire incident, and our heart leaped with tears. So we extend our deepest condolences to the Topaz family, and we pray that God can console you guys. They have been buried. They were buried yesterday. Five persons. The names are listed. Two Topa at 61. We have Dafa Topa at 28. Shakira Do 16 years. Vanessa too, that is a little girl, and Aaron Topa died in the blaze. So it's so sad, and we are surely sorry. First, let's take this short break. When we get back, I fill you in on our international news. Thanks to UK Lyndon Sofa for the cooperation this morning. I did not get more of you, but hoping that I could get more of you tomorrow. Hopefully, you are so tired. You went on an air yesterday. You went to broadcast outside. Can you please tell us the importance of your podcast yesterday? Okay, please inform the public.
Okay, thank you. So yesterday was World Pharmacist Day, a day that has been globally celebrated around the world. So Liberia joined other nations to celebrate and observe this particular date on this day. So there were a lot of stakeholders, many from the health sectors who were present, the likes of um, the health minister, Dr. Wilhelmina Jala, Francis Ketted, and other well-meaning health practitioners who are, who are operating our health system. So the theme on yesterday was uh, strengthening pharmacists strengthening health system. So pharmacists strengthening health system. So in that particular message that was delivered by the keynote speaker, a lady, is a Chinese lady. Her name is very hard to be pronounced.
I don't want you getting in trouble.
Yeah, her name is very difficult to be pronounced. She stressed on the importance of pharmacists contributing to the health cycle in Liberia, especially considering the statute. Considering the statute of our health system, she considered our health system as a fragile one, but it depends on the collective efforts of all those who are in the professions to ensure that we have a more vibrant and unique health system.
Okay, thanks to you. And I got to know that it occurred at the Health Ministry, Ministerial Complex.
Yeah, at the Ministry of Health.
Kongwachang, right?
Yeah, Kongwachang.
So thanks to you, I wanted to know whether they have World Journalism Day or World Journalist Day, because you see, journalists are important and essential in society.
Yeah.
Being holding a tripod and just recording everything, and your hand can go down. It's something that needs to be. It's something that you need to be applauded for.
Yeah, actually they have the World Press Freedom Day.
Press Freedom
yeah,
Day.
the World Press Freedom Day. That is when journalists galvanize under one umbrella, and they have a very big jamboree and speech. In most instances, speeches are made by experienced journalists. Sometimes they invite those experienced orators to just.
Is it happening here in
set
our
up the day.
country?
Yeah, it's actually happening here. I think when I was schooling at Peter Kokoya, I participated in one of those events.
It's quite interesting. I want to be there, and I want to use this medium to applaud all of our journalists, especially in this crucial moment. Come October 10, as we go through our electoral process, journalists are doing well. They are doing their best, and we must applaud them for that. And please, if you are watching me, you have to respect the presence of a journalist, whatever program that may occur. You have to respect journalists as well. Thanks to you, Lyndon. So far, we don't have a chance to go for a break because I had to question you. But then let's look at our international news for today. I said our source for today is the BBC. Nagorno-Karabakh field depot blast kills 20 as refugee counts doubles. Field depot blast kills 20 persons as refugee count doubles. An explosion at a fuel depot in Azerbaijan, Nagorno-Karabakh, has killed 20 people and injured hundreds more, local and mining authorities say. Nearly 300 people were admitted to the hospital, with dozens of them still in critical condition. It comes as the Armenian government said 13,350 refugees crossed into the country from the enclave. The disputed Nagorno-Karabakh region is home to a majority of some 120,000 ethnic Armenians. It is not yet clear what caused the explosion on Monday evening in the main city of Stepanakert. Human rights ombudsman Gamen Stephen wrote on social media as a result of the explosion in a fuel warehouse, the number of injured exceeds 200. The health condition of the majority is severe or extremely severe. The medical capacities of Nagorno-Karabakh are not enough. So, I mean, this is quite discouraging, and we pray that God heal all of the 20 persons that have been wounded and those who lost their life. We send out our deepest condolences to them. It's not really easy to live in this world because sometimes some of these news can really throw your mind away. But howbeit, this is how we call it a day, folks. To have yourself a pleasant day wherever you are, at work, at your business area, or at school. Call it a day, relax yourself, and try to apply efforts. Because without efforts, you'll not be able to achieve whatever you want to achieve. My name is Greg Finan Courage Part, and this is how I close down on the news segment of Daily Edition of Insider Print Media, both locally and internationally. Have yourself a blessed day. This is Focal Online TV.
Hello there, my name is K. Lyndon Togba. I'm in search of a platform where I can get credible information of our daily happenings in Liberia and the world at large.
Hello, Lyndon